Does two things. Rainwater does two things for us. It gives us water to use when there is no rain, but it also takes the storm water out of the stream. Now, what do I mean by the storm water out of the stream? What harm can storm water do when it leaves our property? Runoff. That's exactly right. Runoff occurs when the rain or irrigation water comes down faster than the ground could absorb it, or it also comes down, starts when the ground is saturated. And so we get runoff. And that runoff carries anything that we put on our soil, on our landscape, that is water soluble. Fertilizers, pesticides, anything that can dissolve and run off with that water, and soil sediments. And so all of this going into your storm drain, and then it goes down into a creek, and from that creek it grows into the Trinity River system or its tributaries, and then it goes into our lakes, and then it goes in the Trinity River again, and then it goes all the way down and ends up in the Houston Ship Channel. And all the sediments, all the pollution, that storm water washes out with it, is just absolutely amazing. So that's two things we're looking at. Using the water for later when we have no rain, and stopping that storm water pollution stream. They do not like chlorine, and so I use it for that. There are many, 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 many uses. If you are interested in using it to drinking or flushing toilets or anything like that indoors, there is a wonderful pamphlet we can give you to tell you how to get that clean enough to be potable water in order to do that. And so you can go to rainwaterharvesting.tamu.edu to get any of this information, to build a wildlife cistern, to use it for indoor potable use, to use it indoor use for flushing toilets, anything like that. Okay, so the next thing we do. Elbow with a plug on it down here. This plug can be tightened but not super tightened, so if we don't get here after a rainfall, it'll go ahead and drip, drip, drip out. But what happens during a rainstorm is the dust and the droppings of whatever creatures are on your roof will come down and come down here. The stream of water will force it at the bottom. Unfortunately, floating things like leaves might come up and overflow into our tea. This is a sanitary tea we're using. And then it goes into the rain barrel. The last part of this, right there and right here, is not glued in. And so we can actually lift this up, and underneath that device where the water's going in is a basket where it will collect anything that floated out of the first flush diverter. So the first flush diverter acts as a filter, but it also, we have a basket in here. Now the neat thing about the first flush diverter then is because we put this plug in here, we can reach down here and unscrew this.
There, it's up, Dotty, it's up a little higher. Yeah.
We can unscrew this because you can see, hey, did it rain here the other day? That it wants to have. Okay, that's what creates a water hammer. And so what this is going to do now is this is going to create the exact pressure we need to run that drip irrigation tubing without creating that water hammer. The pressure tank fills up and allows the pump not to have to recycle. It creates that, it eliminates that water hammer. Out in the landscape, you might think, well, water hammer doesn't make that much difference, but I had one time this lady moved into a brand new house, and at night she heard creepy crawly things and got so scared, and she called the people that built the house, and she said every night at 3 o'clock, there's like ghosts running through the walls of the house. What's the deal here? And no one understood what she was talking about. You know what it was? It was the irrigation system went on at 3 o'clock every morning. and it didn't have enough pressure, and so it was doing that water hammer thing, scaring her to death. She was ready to move.